family. It is Miss Brinkley here with a round of Mindful Monday. Mindful Monday is brought to you by me and Miss Stewart, your STARS counselors, just as a way to provide just a few quick mental health tips each week to help support you on your journey towards emotional health. So thanks for joining me today. Before we get started with our tip or coping skill of the week, I just want to take a minute to offer a little bit of encouragement for those of you who might be focusing on your mental health for the first time. I know that maybe for a lot of students I've talked to, they haven't really felt the need to focus on this area of life, but with 2020 and all that has happened, you might be feeling a lot more stressed or upset or angry than usual. And so by taking the time to watch these videos or do other things to support your mental health, that's incredible, and kudos to you for doing that. I just want to offer a few just quick suggestions or tips when it comes to working on your mental health for the first time. The one is knowing that not all coping skills are going to work for you. It's not one size fits all. So it might take some work to find ones that you really connect with, and that's totally normal for that to happen, for you to practice some coping skills and be like, oh, okay, that's not for me. But just know that with practice and with continued exploring, you will find ones that work for you. And then also know that with coping skills, it takes some time to be able to use them effectively. So it's not something where your mental health is just going to be, increased positively overnight. It takes practice of daily implementing these coping skills into your life. And so know that if you give it a few days and it's not working, that's also very normal, and I just want to encourage you not to give up when that happens. That being said, if it has been a few weeks or even a month and you're just not back to your normal self, you're not feeling the way that you want to feel, know that that's why me and Miss Stewart are here every day with you at Ravenwood or virtually. So just know that you can always come find us if you need that extra support, and we're there for you for that. Okay, so now let's get into our coping skill for the week. So this coping skill falls into the grounding and mindfulness category. And when it comes to coping skills, there are different categories. I won't get into all of them, but some might help with distracting or processing. These coping skills are helping you to just be able to feel present enough to recognize how you are feeling. So when I get very anxious or maybe even very angry, I tend to get into my head and I might spiral a little bit where I'm just not feeling present. I'm not enjoying the people that I'm around or able to focus on what I'm doing. I might even feel a little bit like kind of like this out of body experience where I'm just like watching myself on autopilot. And what that is that's our body in this like fight, flight, or freeze mode that happens when we are just feeling very, very overwhelmed emotionally. And so what mindfulness and grounding does is it helps us to be able to calm our nervous system and calm our bodies so that we're able to just be present. And so it encompasses the mindfulness piece, which means to be present in the moment without judgment, and then the grounding piece, which is to be connected to the earth or to your surroundings. And so there are so many studies that talk about the benefits of these two things. I won't get into details here, but if you ever do want to chat about it or learn more about it, know that my door is always open for that. So let's talk about the coping skill. So today we're going to be working on a coping skill called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. And what I love about this one is that it's very short and very simple, and you can do it literally anywhere and no one is going to know. So before we do the coping skill, let's take a minute to get set and ready for it. So it's best to do it outside, but of course that's not always possible. If you are outside, laying down in the grass, putting your feet in the mud, something like that where you're just connected to the earth is best. And if you're inside, that can look like sitting in a chair, like I'm going to do right now, with your feet on the floor or leaning against a wall, something where you can just kind of connect to an object. That also works. And so once you kind of get grounded, then you can take a few deep breaths. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's do that together. Breathe in and out. And in and out. So now we are going to go through these questions. You can just answer them in your head, but I'll say them out loud to guide us. What are 5 things that you see? And what are 4 things that you feel physically on your body? So your hands in your lap or your hair touching your shoulders. And what are 3 things that you hear? And what are 2 things that you smell? And 1 thing that you taste. So that is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. So again, I really like that this one is short and simple and that you can do it in the middle of class, at dinner with your family, at a football game. It doesn't matter. It's something that you can do literally anywhere, and it's something that nobody's going to notice. So it's one that I use a lot, and I hope that you're able to try to incorporate it into your life this week and see if it's one that works for you. And I hope you join us for another round of Mindful Monday next week. And as always, if you would like to reach out to me or Miss Stewart, our door is always open to that, and we would love to chat with you. Have a good rest of your day.